This is going to be one of our new utilities that we'll be adding right now. This month we put online where those folks who are in construction, you know, you need water for your construction needs. Instead of using potable water for your construction needs and paying a premium dollar for that, we're having a reuse system out on Esser Road that you can pull your truck up to and fill up with water at a reduced cost and go onto your construction site. As soon as our wastewater treatment plant, the new one, is up, we'll be incorporating a reuse system. This will be our fourth source of water. It'll also decrease the amount of water that we take from the aquifer and do our part for water conservation for the whole county as well as the city. With our development agreement with Esperanza, they are required to use reuse water system for all of their irrigation purposes, whether it's commercial, for the school, or for residential. We are putting in what we call the purple pipes, the infrastructure for that, and those folks who will be using the reuse system in Esperanza will be paying for it. Our current city residents will not be paying for this reuse system, and we're talking over 1,200 acres of pipe going in. And I'm not sure, I don't want to say anything that I'm not sure of, but this has got to be one of the bigger uses of a reuse water system in the state. And we can do this at affordable basis because that land is not developed. Imagine if we had to do this in Cordillera Ranch and go through properties, go through streets, go through other buildings. It just couldn't be done. But because Esperanza is not developed, they haven't turned any dirt yet, we're able to put this reuse water system in there and save the precious water in our aquifer. Herf Road realignment. We have a map, I think. Do we have a map for this? The blue line on here is the current Herf Road, and just south of that, the green line is a road that we think we might be putting in. This is an arrangement to try and take some of the traffic and some of the tie-ups on our streets in downtown Boerne. We know a lot of traffic comes from the Cordillera area. We know it'll be coming from the KB area. We know it'll be coming from Esperanza. We're trying to take some of the traffic off those streets and get them onto I-10 as quickly as possible. We're working with some other agencies. We're working with the county, with TxDOT, and we are working with Esperanza. According to our agreement with Esperanza, they will be contributing approximately $2.3 million for the improvements to Herf Ranch. In our development agreement with Esperanza, we got a lot of good deals. And this is just one of them. There is no start date. There's no completion date on this project. This is something that we are still working on. This is something that we think might work, and we're exploring all avenues to try and relieve some of the traffic in downtown Boerne. If you go back to the other slide. The Main Street drainage project. For you business owners on Main Street, I feel for you. I've seen the damage that it's caused for flooding, and I know what's doing to your business. Ever since I was elected mayor, I've been talking to TxDOT. I'll be talking to their new regional project manager in 2 weeks. This will be the third project manager that I've dealt with in a year and a half. During that year and a half, they've told us that the project to improve the drainage system has been approved by TxDOT, just waiting for funds. Waiting for funds. Yes, we know we owe it to you. Yes, we want to get it done, but no, we don't have any money. I am trying very hard to get the money. We've even gone out and asked them, if we pay for it, will we get reimbursed? So my meeting in 2 weeks, I'm hoping to get some good answers and some guarantees that our drainage system on Main Street will be improved, and I'm thinking that if we can, it'll be sometime in May of next year that we'll have some improvements on Main Street. Okay, go to the next slide. We are going green, folks. We are going into the future. This is the leads that you've been hearing about and reading about in some of the papers. There's some meetings that's been going on. This is leadership in energy and environmental design. The council has made a decision that any of the future city buildings and structures will be built to the LEED's standards at the silver level. And that's what we're doing for these next 3 projects that's on the books. The first is the Public Safety Center, which will be at the Old Father property. We think that project will be done in January of 10. And it'll house the police headquarters, municipal court, the emergency operations center, and this is where city council meetings will be. The P&Z, the Board of Adjustments, and the other city functions will hold their meetings at this building, and it will go up to the LEED's standard silver level. And I think that is where you want us to go. We haven't heard back from any of the public. So far it's just been internal discussions among the city council members and the city staff as to what our responsibility is to the community and to our future residents here. This is going to be energy designed, so it'll be saving us money in the far future. We are following the example of BISD. As you probably know, Charger High School has gone green. They built to the LEED standards also, and we are just following suit. The next building that will be coming on is an extension of our fire department, which is currently on Main Street. And it says housing for full-time staff. It's also going to be a meeting room, exercise room, classrooms. So it's not just to housing our full-time staff. While I'm on that, this current year we are hiring 9 full-time firefighters, so that we can have our fire department manned 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Now, we're still going to be relying heavily on the volunteers. We need the volunteer firemen. They want to stay here with us, they want to work with us, and they want to provide fire services not only in the city of Boerne, but also in Kendall County and with our neighboring counties should they need the help. But this will help take off some of the time delays and some of the problems that we're having with trying to get the volunteer firemen to respond to us in time, because they are all working someplace else. And we need to have better fire protection in the city of Boerne, so we've gone ahead and made that commitment to hire 9 new firefighters this year. We're also on our book for this year buying a brand new fire truck, a new pumper. And I don't know what you think a fire truck costs, but I was amazed. Almost $500,000 for one fire pumper truck. It's amazing what these things cost. Public library, as you know, we'll be moving to a new facility. We are looking to hire some architects right now. We have decided on what the square footage will be. As you know, $5 million of the quality of life bond was passed by the voters to build this new library. Since that time, because the city has decided to go green, which means extra cost, we are short of the $5 million to build what we think is an adequate facility. We will be building a 25,000 square foot, which means we're going into debt even more on that. The Library Foundation is taking up some of the slack by going out with their foundation to raise an additional $2 million to help the city out. We're also looking ways to try and save some money on the cost of the new library. Construction cost is going up and going up every month. So every month that we delay is about $25,000 extra that we have to pay for this new library. Hopefully, from our architecture, I'll ask that we have at least 3 different designs, and after the designs come in, I'm going to put them online, and I want you, the public, to tell us which of the designs you prefer. What are the features that you like, what don't you like? We want our new library to be a significant part of our community where people are proud to point to that new building and saying, that's my library. That's the library I go to, and take pride in it because you had a part in it. Not only are you paying for it, but I think you all should help design that building too. So as soon as we get some designs come in, I'll put them out online, and we'll have some town hall meetings perhaps, and we'll let you decide on what are the features, what does this new building look like. Parks. Parks are very important not only for us today, but for our children and for our grandchildren and for our great-grandchildren. As you know, we have a brand new park that was opened this past year, City Lake Park. It's a city park. It's not a state park, but we are putting in amendments or amenities in here that make this a destined place to go. It's not just to go for a cookout and go home anymore. This is a place for activity. This is a place to enjoy nature, to do some bird watching perhaps, or the butterfly garden, or to take a hike along the trails, but also activity for boating, swimming, fishing, and we're not done yet. We have disc golf course being designed to go in there, and volleyball. But this is a good place to come.